Welcome back, Nation of Glory. Today, we dive into a journey that begins in a small Quebec town and rises to the dazzling lights of WWE, a journey filled with struggle, fire, passion, heartbreak, and triumph. A journey that proves that dreams are not decided by where you start, but by how fiercely you chase them. This is the story of Kevin Owens, born Kevin Steen, the man who fought through every obstacle, every doubt, and every scar, to become a global wrestling icon, and who stands today not defeated by injury, but preparing for a return that might shake the wrestling world once again. Imagine being a kid, barely 16, standing in a ring for the first time, not in front of thousands of screaming fans, not with pyro lighting up the sky, but in a modest independent hall where maybe 20 or 30 fans clap and cheer. No fancy gear, no spotlight, only heart. That was Kevin Steen in 2000, a teenager who didn't look like a stereotypical wrestler, who didn't fit the sculpted superhero image, yet had more fight inside him than most men twice his age. Wrestling wasn't just a dream for Kevin, it was oxygen. When he stepped through those ropes for the first time, the world didn't know it yet, but a force of nature had arrived. He trained, he worked, he listened, he learned, and most importantly, he refused to be outworked. There were no shortcuts, no handouts. Everything he has today, earned, every moment you've cheered for him in arenas across the world, paid for in sweat and pain long before the world ever knew his name. Kevin Steen rose through the independent circuit like a storm. Not because he was the biggest, or fastest, but because he was real. Raw, authentic. Fans saw themselves in him, someone who wasn't supposed to fit the mold, but didn't care and forced his place anyway. There are men who wrestle like they want to entertain. Kevin wrestled like he wanted to survive. Like every match was a war, every opponent an enemy of his dream, every crowd a test. Traveling from town to town, sometimes without knowing if gas money would stretch to the next show. Wrestling in front of small crowds, sleeping in cars, taking pay that wouldn't cover a meal, but never complaining. Because the ring was home. The ropes, the canvas, the sweat in the air, that was where young Kevin felt most alive. Wrestling wasn't a job, it was destiny. And destiny is never handed, it's forged. Then, step by step, match by match, night by night, a kid from Quebec began to turn heads. Not with a perfect body. Not with flashy gimmicks, but with heart, grit, storytelling, and passion so fierce it could be felt in every corner of the arena. He bled for this sport. He sacrificed for it, and the world began to notice. Ring of Honor, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, the independent dream factories that push wrestlers to their limits. Kevin Steen didn't just wrestle in them, he became a legend there. Every time he entered a building, fans wondered what chaos he would unleash. Every time he picked up a microphone, the industry paused to listen. Because he spoke truth. He wasn't trying to sound like a hero or a villain, he sounded like a man who believed every word he said, and the audience believed it too. His rivalries became the stuff of whispers, then chants, then history. The name, Kevin Steen, became tied to raw emotion, brutality, and unmatched storytelling. Broken tables, scarred backs, emotional promos, battles that left crowds breathless. Kevin didn't survive wrestling. Wrestling survived Kevin. And then came the call. WWE, the place where legends are made, where dreams collide with reality. But Kevin didn't come through a golden door. He didn't enter to thunderous applause. No, he walked in like the world owed him nothing. And on his very first night in NXT, staring across the ring at Sami Zayn, his rival, his brother in combat, and his story intertwined with his own, Kevin Owens was born. Not the character, not the mask. Kevin Owens was Kevin Steen turned up to 10. A fighter, a survivor, a man with something to prove. And prove it he did. He stomped through NXT, and in one of the most shocking moments of the era, he burst onto Monday Night Raw. John Cena stood in the ring, the face of WWE, the hero of millions. And then Owens walked out. Calm, dangerous, unshaken. That night, he didn't just challenge John Cena. He declared war on the idea of earning your spot slowly. He wasn't here to take part, he was here to take over. And shockwaves followed. His first major match on the main roster, and he beat Cena. Clean. The world froze. Fans everywhere said one thing: this guy is different. From then, it was a rocket ride. Championships won. Rivalries burned into memory. Unforgettable moments. Whether you loved him or hated him, you couldn't ignore him. Kevin didn't need fancy catchphrases. He didn't need to be polished. His strength was in being real. When he spoke, you listened. When he fought, you felt it. He was the voice of every fan who was told they weren't meant for greatness. He was the rebellion that became reality. But success is never just lights and cheers. Behind every title win, behind every victory, there was pain. Injury. Sacrifice. Kevin Owens wrestled with the body of a warrior and the soul of a father, doing what he loved, while always keeping his family close to his heart. And maybe that's why people connect with him. Because Kevin never pretends. He is who he is, a fighter, a family man, a dreamer who never let go. Then came 2025, and a pause no one wanted. A neck injury, the kind that doesn't just sideline a wrestler, but tests his soul. When the body breaks, the heart is questioned. But if there's anything the world has learned about Kevin Owens, it's this: you can knock him down, but you can't keep him down. He has fought his whole life. Every time someone told him he wouldn't make it, he fought harder. And now, as he heals, fans wait. Not wondering if he'll return, but when. Because Kevin Owens doesn't quit. He reloads. And think about that moment, the arena dark, the crowd buzzing, and suddenly his music hits. The roar, the eruption, goosebumps through every fan watching at home. Kevin Owens walking down that ramp again, eyes filled with fire, ready to fight once more. That return is coming, and when it does, it will be more than wrestling. It will be a reminder that the underdog isn't just a symbol in movies and stories. Sometimes the underdog is a real man who fought his way to the very top. Kevin Owens' story is not about size, looks, or perfection. It's about heart. It's about refusing to fit a mold and forcing the world to accept you as you are. It's about breaking through walls that were never meant to let you in. His journey is for every kid who was told they couldn't. For every dreamer who ever doubted themselves. For every person who feels like life has put them on pause. Don't stop. Reload. Return stronger. And when Kevin Owens comes back, whether to SmackDown, a roaring pay-per-view, or a surprise moment that shakes the world, it won't just be a wrestler returning. It'll be a statement. Wrestling needs heart. Wrestling needs realism. Wrestling needs fighters. Wrestling needs Kevin Owens. So to Kevin, heal strong, fighter. The ring waits. The fans wait. The story isn't finished. It's only waiting for its next chapter. And to you watching, remember this story, because it isn't just entertainment. It's inspiration. No matter where you start, no matter how many people doubt you, your fire is yours. Protect it. Feed it. Fight for it. Just like Kevin Owens did. Thank you for watching Nation of Glory. If you enjoyed this journey, hit that like button, smash subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs a reminder that warriors come in all shapes, that dreams are earned, and that even when the world says, no, you keep fighting. Because champions aren't born, they're made. Until next time, stay strong, stay inspired, and stay glorious.